Hey, I'm Jesse Martin, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the #1 mistake that actually stops you from manifesting and creating the financial wealth and business life that you want, okay? Now, if you're making this big mistake, despite all your best visualization, despite all your best effort, despite you doing all the right things, it's going to seem like your goal is being pushed further and further away, or it's just like a grind, and the harder you work, the less it seems to happen. So this #1 mistake is feeling needy. Feeling needy. When you feel needy, what you do is you chase, you push, you try to force something. And when you try to force something, the more you try to force it when it comes to creating the life you want, the financial success you want, when you try to force, chase, and are needy for it, it actually pushes away that goal. Now think about how this would work just like in a relationship and in love. If you are feeling very needy towards someone, or if you've ever had someone feel very needy towards you, what it actually does is makes you feel like you need to pull back, like you need to repel, you need to put up a wall, you need to put up a barrier or resistance. Now, if you're doing this for your financial goal, your wealth goal, your success goal, you're gonna actually be pushing away that very thing that you want. So it's so counterintuitive because we're so taught in our society to work really hard, to set your SMART goals, to visualize, to grind, to hustle, to do all these things. Don't sleep. When others are sleeping, I'm working. You may have heard success quotes like this, okay? Now, what's funny is if you look at those people who talk about a life like that, many of them, of course not everyone, right? There's always exceptions to every rule, but many people like that have short periods of working really hard, but then what they do is they burn out, or they actually do achieve their financial goal for a minute. Maybe they do achieve some wealth or some level of success while everything else in their life is falling apart. So if you want this ease, this flow, this actual financial freedom, where you're living a life that you love, you're creating abundance in finances, you're creating abundance of love and fun and freedom and health, you can't use those same strategies that people tell you if you need to just hustle and grind and force it more, because that's just going to make everything else that you want start to fall apart, even if you do achieve that one financial goal or that one piece that you're trying to force, okay? So instead of trying to force, try something else. This is very counterintuitive. Instead of trying to do more effort and trying to get it more, trying to visualize it more, and by the way, here's a little sneaky secret, is just visualizing more by trying to imagine it and manifest it and create it more, that's just the same as trying to physically chase it and trying to physically create it more. It's still a needy energy, okay? So instead of that needy energy, that chasing energy, trying to take, trying to get it, trying to make it happen, try this instead. Try creating a vacuum. Try creating a vacuum of non-neediness, of a feeling like you already have it. A vacuum is creating an environment like it's so natural for the thing you want to flow in. You want it, but you don't need it. So it's non-neediness. It's detachment from the outcome, detachment from needing to have it, and instead feeling like you already have it. So here's what's funny is if you don't feel that you need it, ironically, it happens much easier. If you don't feel you need love, if you don't feel that you need a relationship, what happens if you go out to a party, when you go out to a friend's barbecue, you go out to an event, or you go on your apps and you're trying to attract love, but you don't really feel like you need anyone, but of course you want it. You create the space, you create the imagination of having it already, and then you just let it come to you. What that does is gives off a very attractive vibe to love, attractive vibe to a relationship. Well, just like that, if you want financial success, wealth success, money success, you can use the same feeling, you can use the same method by feeling as though you already have it. So something you can do right now is start to become aware of all the ways that you've been trying to force or push or over-visualize or trying to make it happen, even just energetically. If you've been feeling like you really need it, and I know you may need to pay the bills, you may need to pay your rent very soon, okay? If that's the case, I get it. I've been there. I haven't had that in a long time, which I'm very grateful for. But I remember years ago when I was very afraid one month where I couldn't pay my rent. I thought, maybe I'm not gonna be able to pay my rent this month. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to put on a credit card, which is almost maxed out already. And I had this very needy energy, and I was stuck in this environment for weeks. It was just like this bad, negative, needy state. And what I did is finally, it was like a week before the end of the month, I was ready to just say, you know what, screw it. I reached the point where there was nothing I could do. Rent was going to be due. I hadn't made the money I needed. And so all I could do was just say, screw it. I give up, whatever. That's all I can do. And here's what was funny, is that same month, I had several clients come in almost out of nowhere, and it was effortless. They were the best clients ever. It was so easy, it was fun, and it was some of my highest paying clients I've ever had as well. So try to get into the state where you just let go. You just detach from needing it. You detach from even really wanting it that much, and instead imagine already having it now, feeling like it's just the most natural thing. If it's the most natural thing, here's what's funny, is you don't even want it that much. See if you can get into that state. See if you can get into that feeling of like, I'm already abundant. I already am wealthy. Maybe you're wealthy if you have a car, by the way, if you have a bank account, if you can afford groceries at the end of the month, you're already in the top 10% of most of the world, okay? And if you have a savings account and you have a second car, or if you have like a decent house and you don't even have to think about food and you could live for a couple months on your savings, you're already in the top probably about 2 to 1% of the entire world. So look at the things in your life where you already have abundance. Look at the things in your life where you already have the thing that you want. You don't need to chase it. You already have it now. And then just imagine visualizing the increase, the growth, the abundance, all those things that you want. Maybe you want financial freedom, the ability to travel, to be able to buy the things you want, do the things you want, have the experiences you want. So start to go feel like that. Do things that would make you feel like that right now in the exact moment. Let go, detach from trying to chase it, trying to force it, trying to get it and make it happen. And even let go of even wanting it that much or even wanting it that bad. And here's what's amazing is when you get into the state, when you get into this positive feeling of, I want it, but I don't need it. It'd be nice, sure, but I already have everything I want. Everything is great and amazing right now. What's going to happen is it's going to put you in a very positive, joyful, easy flow state where it's just like a natural flow, natural cycle. And here's what's cool, is you're going to get opportunities. People are going to show up in your life. You're going to have new inspirations and ideas of how you can create the thing that you actually want. So go try this. And so if this has been helpful, guys, please like or subscribe, maybe even share this with someone who needs to hear it. I would love to hear from you. Like, what is that visualization that you've been trying to create, trying to force and hasn't happened yet? And then tell me how it goes. If you go try this and it works for you, great. Come back, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. So guys, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon.